Welcome to Mora FC. It is what. Let me tell you something. I've seen a lot of people have done this style in a different way. They have done it different way. Do you understand? That's not how the design is. As you can see, there's no top stitching over here. I'm going to give you all the tips, all the tricks. I'll show you the original outfit right now. So you can see that there's not top stitching here. It's a turnover neck. That's how the original top is. This is the original top. The neck was not pop. We didn't pop the neck. So people have done it so differently. Do you understand? So I'm going to give you all the tips. This is from A to Z. Do you understand? Step by step to break it down for you to understand all the tips, all the tricks that you need in achieving this. I'm going to give it to you right here in this video. Please, if you skip a step, you have mixed some important information, some important tips. So without wasting much time, so let's get started. If you want to learn how to cut the channel, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. Do well and check it out. You can see I've cut the back. You can still cut the neck if you want. You can still cut the front neck if you want. Right now you can cut the neck. As I said, you can cut the front neck, and we start. Yeah, I'm using my elder brother's phone. I'm using my phone was disturbing, so I'm using my elder brother's phone to do this tutorial. So this is my Techno 5 phone. This is what I'm using for recording and everything. So it's giving me a problem, so I'm going to use. I'm looking at the design. What the design going to start? So right now I'm looking at the design. What design? It's going to start right here. That is a place that design going to start. So after that, I put it there. Then I'm going to measure from there. I have 4 inches. So 4 inches going to be okay for me. That 4 inches is going to be okay. So like I said, this style, I've seen a lot of people have done it wrongly. They've changed their direction. They've changed the style totally. So this is the right way. This is the original style. So I'm giving you step by step, A from Z, step by step. Do you understand? So this is my 4 inches, as you can see. So I'm checking my neck. I want to know the distance, how I want my distance to be. Do you understand? So from there, from the line from the top, I'm going to measure 16.5 inches. 16.5 inches. But if you have cutting the neck, if you have already cutting the neck, you can make it 15 inches or 14.5 or 14 inches. Do you understand? Because you have already cut the neck, so you're going to start from the neck side. But because I have not cut the neck yet, so I'm starting from the top, 16.5 inches. This is my 4 inches over here, and this is my 16.5 inches. So here I'm checking and see if my camera is still recording. You can see that I'm just checking to see if my camera is still recording. That's the one thing that we go through. Sometimes you may be recording and it's going to stop recording, but you don't see that it has stopped recording. So as I was scrolling, you can see that I've been starting up. My knee will be on the table, just checking if it's still recording. So I'm going to make a curve here. You can see. You can go a little bit, or you can deepen it a little bit. Or if you can make a curve, if you can't sketch a curve, you can use something that have a curve, just a round thing, then you just put it there, then you make a curve. So from there, I'm going to come upward ½ inch. This ½ inch. That will be my folding. So after cutting, don't throw it away. We're going to use it. So this is the first step that we're going to do. This is after cutting it, don't throw it away. So you just have to fold into two. It's folded into two. So we're going to measure 9 inches over here, and have to be longer, have to be longer than this one. So we cut. So after that, we go to the next step. We fold into 2. This one we folded this one to 2. The other one we didn't fold into 2. This one you have to fold it into 2. You can see you just have to leave much space. You can measure, you can decide to measure. I didn't measure. Don't understand. You just have to leave enough space, more than 4 inches. It should be more than 4 inches. So you can see. Then we put it somewhere. And we have this one. This one was not in fold, but that one is folded into 2. So make a notch over here. Please, if you skip, you have skipped some important information. You have skipped some important tips, tricks that is going to help you to achieve the best of it. So I'm folding 1/2 inch. Remember, we gave 1/2 inch, so that's a 1/2 inch that we are folding. The fabric is folded into 2. We measure 4 inches, so 4 inches, we open 4 inches, we're gonna get 8 inches. So after that, I need to fold into 2 to check your armhole, to check that your curve, everything is right on your points before you start moving on. You can see that I folded into 2, just checking to make sure I have my center lines and my armholes, all of them are the same. My shoulder slope, they are the same before I continue again to the next level. So we move, checking the right side. This fabric, like I said, is not folded into 2. Do you understand? So this one will come to this part. It have to be more than the center. So after that, I'm going to fold this part. You can see I hold exactly at the center and fold this part. So in fold this part, just have to iron it. Just checking. It have to be more than 4 inches. It have to be more than 4 inches. When you fold it this way, it have to be more than 4 inches. So when I put it like this, like I said, I'm going step by step, without jumping no step, without hiding nothing. So if you jump, you have to miss an important information. You understand? More IFC is what it is. So you can see, I need to check everything, If you are already feeling it, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. So I need to get 4 inches over here. Remember, when we are cutting it, we folded the fabric to 2. So this right now I've opened it widely, so I need to check. I have to have 4 inches over there. Do you understand? So the next one will also be the design in front. We have a small design in front. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this one. You can see that part that the arrow shows. That's what we're going to do right now. So I'm checking to know the space I'm going to leave. Remember, here I'm not using any measurement. I'm just checking. I just use my eyes to to see where it should end and where it shouldn't end. So you just give it a space a little bit from the bottom, not closer, just at the bottom. Some people may cut over here, may cut and put this one in. It's a long process. It's a long process. You can do that, but I'm not going to do that. You understand? I just want to do it my way, but it's gonna look perfectly. You understand? More IFC, it is what it is. So I'm gonna curve this part, give it a curve. Then you cut that part. You make notches, then you're going to fold 1/2 inch at the tip of it. Because it's a curve, when you're folding this way, you're not going to get the perfect curve. Do you understand? You need to get something pocket like this which are curved, so that you use it to help you to get a perfect curve that you are looking for. So but if you're able to do it and get a perfect curve, voila, then you keep on moving. So it's going to be this part. So this is how that part is going to be. Like I said, some people may cut and put this one there. It's a long process, you know. It's a long process. This black fabric, you can put fusion on it. Do you understand? You can put fusion on it. So you can see I'm going to push that one in like this. So you can see that that part we have done with that part. So that's how that part is going to be. That is how that part is going to be. Because I'm checking, that part is 4 inches. Do you understand? It's 4 inches, so it's supposed to be 4 inches. I need to check and see my 4 inches, the space that I left, checking and see that if everything is okay. So this one is also going to be the next part. You fold this one into 2. This one also, when you fold into 2, you have to be more than half of it. Do you understand? It have to be more than, you know, we are using 4 inches. So when you are cutting this one, it have to be more than 4 inches. It have to be more than 4 inches. Unfold. So we're going to open it, then we put fusing at half of it. You're going to put fusing half of it. The other one, I should have put in fusion on it. You can put fusion at that part. It's going to help you, you know, put fusion on both the designs. So I'm just checking my fabric and see the length of fuse I'm going to cut. So we're going to substitute it there. We're going to put it there for you to see. You're going to know that yes, we are working on the right track. We are still moving. So I'm going to lift it up so it can be 1.5 on top of the other one. You can see it can be 1 inch or 1.5 or 1/4 on top of the other one. You can see I just put it on top. That is how that part is supposed to be. So here, just check and see that if you are on the right track. If you are on the right track, say hey, then you keep on moving. So I'm checking here. You measure here. You measure it. Have you seen this part I've measured? We come back to that. So write it down. Write it down. So you know, when you're making a placket, you cut in like 5 inches, 7 inches. It depends on the person. Some may cut even 8, 9 inches. Do you understand? So here you need to check where your placket will stop. Do you understand? You need to check where your placket will stop. So this is where my placket is going to stop. So I'm going to open. You can see that I'm opening that part. Then I'm going to make a dot, a mark over there, because we are going to sew from that part to the bottom. I'm going to sew from that part to the bottom. Then we close it. But before that, we need to do this part first. Before we join that part, we need to top stitch this part. We need to top stitch that part. Then we move on to that level. You feeling it? Give me a thumbs up if you have not subscribed. If you have not given me a thumbs up, I don't know. There's so much that I'm going to teach you guys. No, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. No, so I'm going to top stitch right here. You understand? I'm going to top stitch. So let me go and top stitch. Then I come back and show it to you how we're going to go. So after that, then we're going to put this one on top and do that. So after stitch, you can see that I have top stitch it. I did something also. I didn't only top stitch. I opened this part, then I sew exactly at that corner. I sew exactly at that corner. Do you understand? I have a tutorial on how to sew a pocket. You can see this is it. No top stitching. There's no top stitching. This part contains all the details, everything that you need to know when working on this part. So if you want to sew a pocket without top stitching it, it explains it. That's the same techniques I use this here. Here when I was sewing it, the thread, it actually went on over on each other. So I need to remove it little by little until I'm done. So right now I've taken off the top one. You can leave it that way, but I don't want my thread to be showing at the top side. So after I remove the one on top, you can see that there's no top stitching. You know, the stitching is hidden. You know, you can see how smooth that part is. So after that, you're going to fold it back like the way it was, then give it an iron. So you iron, you take your time, then you iron that part. We're going to use our hemming gun, but not now, so I'm going to put it aside. You can see how smooth that part is. So we're going to put on top like 1/4 or 1.5 inch on top of each other. 1.5 inch. You know, when we are making a placket, this one is the one that we cut in front in the center. It's very, very important that you keep it safe. If you like, put it in your pocket. I'm going to use that, so I'm keeping it safe. Like I was saying, you know, when I'm making a placket, when you're making a placket, remember we leave like 7 inches, 8 inches or 9 inches. So this is where you're going to mark it to know where your placket going to stop. After that, we top stitch from there to the top to the bottom. You know, from that point, we're going to sew from that point to the bottom. You feeling it? So let me do that and come back. So you need to let it be on top of it. So I've done that one. I've joined that part. You can see how that part has been. I just open, let me show you. You can see my thread over there. We're going to open at the bottom side a little bit. You're going to open, but not now. Do you understand? I'm just going step by step for you to understand so that you don't get confused. I have a WhatsApp group Morayc family, where we help each other. You know, somebody can put somebody's picture. They say, I need a measurement of this guy, and somebody can, you know, give you the measurement of that. I need a measurement of this kid, and that somebody may help you out with the measurement. Do you understand? Charlie, I've done this one. Tell me what you think about this one. And people will tell you if you have done well. They will encourage you. If there's a mistake, they'll tell there's a mistake somewhere. So much is going on Morayc's fam. So follow me on my Facebook. Facebook is Morayc. So much is going on Morayc family. So you want to join, follow me on my Facebook, it's Morayc. TikTok is Morayc. Instagram, you know, everywhere is Morayc. So remember, I made a measurement at one side. So that's when I'm going. I said put that measurement to somewhere. So I'm going to make use of that measurement. You're going to fold it like you are making a pattern. How you want to pop a neck? If you want to pop a neck, the same procedure that you follow how to pop a neck, you're going to fold it that way. Do you understand? Then the measurement that we got, we're gonna measure it, then we use it for this part. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe, like, and share. Tell a friend about Mora FC. If you like it, yeah, see, I'm giving all the details, all the tips, all the tricks that you need achieving this beautiful style. So if you are not giving me a thumbs up, if you are not commenting, I don't know why. You are benefiting it, you understand? So I'm checking and see if my camera is still recording. Obviously, what we go through, I check and see if my camera is still recording, so that I don't make no steps. To understand, so that so much when you are recording stuff and teaching you guys. So show love. This is my B600, no BO16 for your ladies. Not this one, no BO16. You know, gonna use it for your hair. You know, this one is B600 for sewing purposes. When it comes to function, this is also our glue. To understand. So we're gonna fuse this one to the other side. You can put this glue on this fabric, on this one or the other one. Which one that you choose, you prefer to go by it, then you go by it. To understand. I prefer this part so that it will not be popping out. To understand. So just one side, half of it. Then we're gonna use this one for. Give me a thumbs up, like, share, tell a friend about Mora FC. More tutorial is coming every Wednesdays and every Saturdays. Wednesdays and Saturdays, more tutorial, new style, new teaching. So we're gonna put this one under it. You need to leave a space. Don't make it too big. If you can't bake, it's not going to look beautiful. Sorry for my big head, you know. The camera is up my head, you know. At this part, you need to concentrate, you need to focus with your eyes so that the level, the distance is going to be okay. To understand, you make sure that you are leaving exactly the same distance. Don't make some place become big and some place become small. That's why my head is up, down like that, you know, making sure that I get it right, you know. So sorry for my big head. Actually, I don't have a big head, my head is small. As you can see, I have a small head. So just take your time over here. The distance, you need to leave it. I'll show you something here. Because we cut it as a popping neck, you can use your iron. When you get to the curved side, you can use your iron to blend that part so that you get that curved part, like this one. Like what I'm doing right now. When you get to the curved side, you just use your iron to blend that part, and you're gonna get actually a right curve at that angle. So when you have to be more than the middle. So you just put your iron on that, making sure that it holds that part and everything is correct. You know, take your time, don't rush, don't understand. You can see you have an excess there, you know, it passes the center. I'll show you what to do right here. You need to put that one somewhere. To understand, you have to put that one somewhere. To understand, so pay attention here. It's also important. So this is my pin. I went for my pin, and I'll still go for my blade. So just pin this part to hold that part together. So you place it on top like this. You check your measurement, please. Remember, we folded the fabric into two. Do you understand? We measure 4 inches, and this time it's not folded into two. It has been spread open. So you need to measure 4 inches to check if you have your 4 inches over here. You can see I'm checking to have my 4 inches, checking to have my 4 inches. Look at my tape measure, the place that I'm putting my 4 inches. So you get your hemming gam, you divide into two. I'm just checking if my camera is still recording. Hey, I always have to check if my camera is still recording. So I'm checking. Look at where I'm putting my tip measure. It's important to not on a tip, but rather on top of the design that I just put over there. So here I'm getting my blade. I'm getting my blade to work on this side. So I'm going to open that side. Sorry for my head. I'm going to open that place a little bit. I'm going to open it. Then I'll put the rest in. You can see I just dragging that part in so that it will go inside. You can see, because that's how you can see that line. I open that place, then I put the rest in there. So from this side, I have to check my 4 inches as well, because 4 plus 4 is going to be 8. So checking that spots. You take your time checking my 4 inches. You can see I'm checking my 4 inches from the center. I need to get 4 inches. So I put my hemming gam also here to hold it down. Again, when we are cutting this part, we measure 4 inches. So when you open it, if you spread it wide, you're going to have 8 inches. So whatever we're going to do, we need to get 8 inches in the middle. Not more than that, not less than that. Do you understand? So you need to get 8 inches in the middle. 4 inches this side and 4 inches also this side. So you put your hemming gam there to hold it down. You can see how smooth that part is. We have not done yet. There's so much to be. There's so much. You see this part that I opened this part, so I'm going to continue closing that part. Remember, I opened that part to put this one in there, so I need to continue to close that part up. So I'm going to do that and come back. Then we continue. Then I'm going to top stitch as well. I'm going to top stitch that part at the tip of it as well. So let me go and do that part and top stitch. Then we come to continue. So I've done that part. I've top stitched. I open. Look at here. When I was top stitching, I opened this part. I didn't top stitch both of them. Remember this part, we folded into two. We folded that part into two. So when you are top stitching, you see that we have top stitched that part. I've top stitched. So when you are top stitching that part, you need to open this part. Open it. Let it open. You can see I've turned it for you to see. Let me chop this one off. So obviously only that part you need to open it. You need to open this part. Open it. You open it before you top stitch. You can see the thread is there. It's important. That's why I'm repeating myself. Don't sew on top of them together. You open this part, then it's before you top stitch at that side. If not, what we are going to do next, you can't achieve it. Otherwise, you go back and you have to go and redo it again. So this is what we have. I'm going to cut my neck. This is the neck. If you want to learn how to cut a measurement, you want to learn how to cut a neck. I'm going to leave a link in the description, but we'll do well and check it out and learn how to cut a neck. I have 2 tutorials on how to cut a perfect senator neck. I have a 2 tutorial on that. So make sure you watch how to cut a senator top. From the beginning, I said you can decide to cut your neck, or maybe go to this part and you cut your neck. Do you understand? If you have already cut your neck, you just have to come and put it here. The center seam have to match with the center seam. You make sure that it lays perfect in the center of it. The lines are matching exactly at the center seam. As you can see the lines. It matches. Do you understand? Before you cut the neck at this part, you trace it, then you cut it. This time we are cutting both of them together. You can see I'm arranging this part. We are cutting both of the neck. The neck was not popping. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people done this style. They have done this style, posted Instagram. They have actually changed it. Some have popped the neck. You can pop the neck if you want, but the original style the neck was not pop, it was a paper neck, it was a round neck like this, so it was a challenging for other people to to achieve that part, so the popping become easy. So when you go to this part, you just have to pop it, then you just go your way. Can see, so this part is very small. I'm going to continue this part. I'm going to join this one that we have. We're still making use of it, so I'm going to cut this one off. Charlie, give me a thumbs up, comment, like and share. So I'm going to join it to the other side. Join it here, right side will face right side, and I'm joining it together. You can see I have a space at the top. You can see that I have a space at the top. That's how you're supposed to do it. Then you show them do that. You can see I've joined that part. I still have a space at the top. You can see that. Then you iron it. Give me a thumbs up, comment, share, tell a friend about Mora FC. Like I said, from this part you can pop it if you want, but the actual design was not having a popping neck, it was having a round neck turnover like this one. Do you understand? So you need to do all this kind of magic, think deep and bring it out. So I've cut this one, and voila, you're gone. So when it comes to the shoulder, take your back, because we have already cut in the shoulder slope, so you have to take your back, then just place it on it, just place it on it. It will give you a straight. Then you just continue to cut the excess out. If you can see it here, let me put it here for you to see it. You can see that you start from the armhole side, and you're going to give you a straight line, so you just have to cut the excess out. This was the original design. You can see the neck was not pop, it wasn't a popping neck, to understand. So you can pop it, but I'm not popping it, I'm following the original design. So you can see I'm not popping. So this is what we're going to do right now. You just have to open this part, you turn it over like this, then we're going to sew our half inch. That's why I said when you are top stitching, don't top stitch both of them together. If you top stitch both of them together, you won't get this part to do this one. So you just have to flip it, then you're going to top stitch. You see I added some here so that I can flip it. If you look at this part, we have an excess, that's why I added some, so that you turn it like this, then you top stitch that part half inch for the neck, then you do the turnover. Let me do that and come back. I'm still checking if my camera is still recording. Voila, it's still recording, so let's continue. So you can see I've stitched that part. I just have to make a notch over there, make a notch over here. There's something you need to check here as well. Pay attention, something you need to check here as well. I'll show you. This is a full tutorial, like I said, giving you all my heart to you guys, giving you all my heart. Darling, my voice not be good, make a drop out. So you're gonna pull everything. Mora FC, it is what it is. So if you have a serger, you can use that for the back. You can use that for the back. The design, the back, to hold out the excess, to make it a clean work. To understand, you can use your serger to do the rest of here. You have not done, just a little bit. We are almost done. We have done 98%. So you just have to cut this part. Give it a shape. You have a serger, like I said, use your serger. So after that, you iron it. You look something here. My curve, I didn't get my curve right, so I need to work on that part at angle. The curve was not straight, so I need to work on that part. So I'm gonna, is this part have the problems? I'm gonna flip it back like this. Then I'm gonna sew in a little bit, so that I can do that and come back. So I've done that. Let me flip it back. Then I check my curve. Yep, my curve is right. It's okay. Mora FC, it is well. Thank you so much. My real appreciation goes to those who have been giving me a thumbs up, those who have been commenting it, and those who have subscribed and those who have been sharing. Those who have been sharing and commenting and giving me a thumbs up. Much love for you guys. Much love. I really appreciate your thumbs up and your commenting and sharing. That is a great love that you guys have been showing me too. You guys have been showing me. That's a real love for you guys. Those who have been sharing, thumbs up, commenting, that's a real love. I see you guys. I see you. So we're done. You just have to make your bottom holes and you put your bottoms there, or you can decide not to make a bottom hole. You can put the bottoms on top like that, then you put a pressing button inside. You understand? You put a pressing button inside. The bottom's supposed to be a design, then you just put your glue and make a fake like you are making. So here I'm checking my measurement. Let's all check it together if you are writing it. The bust was 40, so you divide it by 4 and that will give you 10. 1.5 sewing inches are supposed to have 11.5. You can see I have my 11.5 here. You understand? So after here, you need to check from the center. You are having your bust divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance. If you don't see it, I'm gonna drag the fabric closer for you to see. So this is the center. You can see I have my 11.5. The bust was 40. The chest was 40. I added 1.5 sewing allowance. So when I check here, I have my 11.5. That means all done, all set, everything is great. Thank you. God bless. Moriah FC. It is what it is.